first I need to introduce you to my channel because your name's Tommy.
Yes, ma'am.
Which I love because my oldest brother's name was Tommy. He was an awesome dude. And I really, really love how you have completely blinged out your console on your truck.
It makes a lot different. It makes the ride a lot better. It makes the truck a lot better.
Yeah.
It just makes you proud of your ride.
Yeah.
Take pride in your ride.
Having pride is kind of important, I think.
Yeah, you know what the Bible says pride is the sin, but hey, I mean, there's different definitions for pride. You know?
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
I would think that pride would, I mean, when you're working, having a little bit of pride in what you do.
Right.
Is an important concept.
Right. It's just something to keep you occupied, make you feel better, like you're doing something you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's in you to do this, you'll do it. You'll make it.
How long have you been driving truck?
Since 81.
Wow, that's a long time.
I've seen it when better days.
Yeah.
Or easier days.
We were talking earlier about the changes that have happened that have really been weighing more in the favor of larger corporations and making it harder for the owner-operators. I think that was a really good conversation. I wish my phone had been charged at the time because I would have loved to have captured that.
Right.
One of the things you were talking about was, these large corporations, they need a system to be able to manage all the hours of all the trucks because they have these big, huge fleets. And so they're going to bring in these mandatory electronic devices that smaller operators don't need and can't afford.
Right.
Yeah. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Well, the EDL log, it's supposed to be a safety thing, but it's really not a safety thing. It's just a government-controlled thing. Where it's like big government trying to control everything they want to control, and with this ELD, that's all it is. It's a government-controlled paperwork, to where that they can control you to how much you sleep, how much you drive, how much you're gonna make a year.
Yeah.
See, independent driver or owner-operator, or independent driver is a driver that drives for an owner-operator. The owner-operator is the one that owns the truck. So you got both that does both that is going to hurt. It puts you behind the wheel for your 14 hours all the time. A driver gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, at 6 o'clock at night, he's got to be finding somewhere to go to bed. His day is up.
Yeah, it doesn't allow him to take naps or anything.
Right, no, you can't stop. Because if you stay, once you come on duty, you stay on duty. You can't go back off duty and take a break and it not count against you because it counts against you. Whether you go off duty or if you stay on duty. If you go off duty, that gets you a penalty. You ain't supposed to go off duty once you come on duty. You can't do that no more.
And this is supposed to be a safety thing?
Yeah, it ain't no safety thing. It's a money thing.
Because having people driving for 14 hours straight doesn't sound very safe to me.
You ain't supposed to drive for 10, but see, they call the rule is called 1410. You got 13 hours. You got 10 hours driving. You got 3 hours that you could be on duty not driving, and then you got 14 hours where they in a 24-hour period. And the 14 hours is yours.
Yeah.
The 10 hours you got to be in the sleep. But the 14 hours is once you come on duty, but you can't use all your 14 hours up because in 3 or 4 days you wouldn't have no hours to keep working. Because see, you run a 70-hour logbook.
Yeah.
So if you drove over your 10 hours every day that you legally could drive, then you'd run out of your hours before you made your trip. So then you would be shut down for 34 hours till you regained your 70 hours.
So practically what this is going to mean is that young people that want to get into truck driving and people that own their own trucks, if they want to work, they're going to have to buy into the system. It's going to cost them like $4,000.
Well, that's just part of that, and it might be more than that now.
And it's going to make it so that they have less control of being able to take naps and breaks.
That's right. You ain't able to take no naps. You can take a 30-minute break 2 hours after you get started driving in the morning. You can take a 30-minute break off duty. But after that, you can't go back off duty no more till you days up. And you still can't go off duty. You have to go until you sleep. Because the cross-country trucks is what they fought.
Yeah. Wow, that is a huge issue, this is one of the few jobs left where you can make a good living without a college education. And the thought of them we're making it harder on people.
Well, it is just turning people against it.
You're the second truck driver I've talked to who's mentioned this.
And the EDL, it's good in a way, but it's bad for the owner operator. It's not a good thing for the owner operator, and the government knows it. The U.S. Supreme Court knows it too.
Yeah.
And they the ones that won't listen to the OYDA, the people that's pushing it for us, to try to ban it, to stop it. It don't need to happen. These big old giant companies, yeah, they need it because how can they keep it? They ain't got enough safety men or safety women or people that can monitor 50,000 drivers every day. You know, there ain't no way. Now you take a man with 10 trucks, he's got his business, he's got a safety coordinator, his can be handled. But JB Hunt's, Will, all these big giant companies, 30, 40,000 trucks, yeah, you can understand them on the EDL law. That way they can monitor it. I mean, all they have to do is punch it and pull it up. If the driver's all he got to do is punch his number in, and then pull him up, show him what he's doing.
But that doesn't need to be regulated. They can do that for their own company. It don't need to be forced on to nobody. Yeah. That don't want it. I can see
it's against our rights. It's against the Constitution.
Yeah, that's a subject I'd never considered. Like, I didn't even, when my brothers rode truck, I knew that they had time that they had to be on the road and time they had to sleep, but I never thought about how that whole thing works. And watching the last truck driver I rode with, it's much more complicated than I think people give credit.
Right.
One of the things that he was telling me is that you guys are supposed to be on the right 2 lanes, but people get pissed off at you guys for being in the right 2 lanes. People think,
especially in the inner cities.
Yeah, people think you're hogging the lanes. They don't realize that you have to be in those 2 lanes. You're not allowed to be in the other 2 lanes, and therefore people get road rage and they cut people off. And you guys can't stop fast.
Slam on brakes.
Yeah, and last week I've seen 3 crash trucks, 3 jackknife trucks. One of them because of a car just stopping short in front of them. So I mean, it's causing a safety issue. By trying to solve the safety issue, they're causing safety issues.
Right. It's actually a hazard. The right for us to be forced into the right-hand lanes in these cities is actually a hazard to us and to the vehicles that's trying to get off and get on.
Yeah, because there's not enough.
You constantly got us hitting brakes, slowing down, and then trying to pick our speed back up. So you never get to continuously keep flowing.
Yeah, it's breaking up the flow of traffic.
Yeah, because once you slow down for this exit, same thing happens at the other exit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's either getting off or getting on, one of the two, and you're right in the way of all of it. It ain't nothing but a money thing for the law or for the city or for whatever, or whoever it is that collects a fine for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you guys get fined if you're in the wrong lane.
Oh yeah, that's a big old fine. Georgia's got it posted what it'll cost you over there. I think about $300 being in them left 2 lanes in Georgia on 285, and now they've even spreaded it out to the interstate south of the 285 loop all the way around, which everybody's doing it. It ain't just Atlanta. Dallas does it. I mean, but Dallas has got theirs is in certain spots where that you can't be in the left lane. But they don't regulate it from none of the rest of the highway, being either one of them. But a lot of you inner cities, big cities, you ain't allowed in the left lane.
Yeah. These are things that the average person doesn't think about.
That's right, because they don't fool with trucks every day. They all they see is the sign. They don't know the penalties for it.
Yeah.
And probably most of them wouldn't understand why can't that truck get out of them exit lanes and get on lanes and get over here where he out of the way.
Yeah, that's exactly what people think when they're driving down the street. They're thinking these goddamn truck drivers in the right lane, you need to move over, and then they get pissed off at you guys.
And it's a hazard. It's a big old hazard. But they won't look at it like that. They look at it, hey, we can make money off of it.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of us looked at. Every time they come up with a new regulation for the law, they studied that. They studied that idea before. Then they'll pass it without telling anybody, and then they start enforcing it, and you don't even know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And
truck driving, I mean, that is an important profession. I didn't realize just how much of what we consume is carted around by trucks.
That's right.
Without trucks, like Walmart, Amazon,
that's right.
like they would be all be empty.
That's right. Exactly right.
It's been really eye-opening.
If you stop and think about it, if it wasn't for these trucks every day and every night up and down the roads, you wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
You wouldn't eat. You wouldn't be clothed. You wouldn't have gas for your car in the morning. If that tanker didn't make it to that gas station or that fuel top, you know, I mean, the trucking industry is the backbone of the United States.
That's truth.
And the government don't understand that. All they keep trying to do is put us out of business. The railroad can't haul it. The railroad can't get it. They can't get it from point A to point B. They got to stay on tracks.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
That is true, and I don't think we have enough cars anymore. Even if they did, someone's still got to pick it up from the railroad.
That's right. That's right. And the railroad, what do they have? Refrigerated cars? I'm sure they do, probably in parts of the world, but I mean, I ain't never seen none around here.
Yeah, I know they used to. I don't know if they still do anymore.
I'm sure they probably do. It comes off the docks with the bananas and frozen stuff from overseas.
Yeah,
you know, it's got to get here somehow or another.
Well, I mean, one of the truck drivers went in Florida. We went to Cape Canaveral. We picked up pineapples. A lot of that is even carted on trucks. He had a big refrigerated truck. You know, and I thought that was really interesting because I never walked into the grocery store and thought, how did that get here?
Right. Nobody thinks about how he got there. People don't think about how he gets there. I got a family. They know what I do, but they know how he got there. But you take somebody that's not into the trucking industry, and their family don't know how they got there. All they know is it's on that shelf.
Yeah.
It's on the shelf. If it ain't on that shelf, they'll look for at another shelf. You know, sooner or later they'll find what they're looking for, but sooner or later they might not find it. You know.
Yeah.
It might not be available on none of them shelves at any of the places, and the big businesses is taking the little business out.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, the giant supermarkets. I don't call those names, but everybody knows who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Big business is taking away the small business. And the trucking industry, the big trucking industry is taking it from the smaller trucking business.
It's a pattern that's happening throughout our society. You know, you were talking earlier, you know, Walmart comes in and then the little grocery stores nearby die.
That's right.
You know, they're gone.
Granny's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
You saw the same thing even on the internet when Amazon grew, and then all the bookstores locally started dying. You know,
right.
It was the same effect. I don't know. Over the last year, I've been practicing minimalism, and I've started making a concerted effort to go into those smaller stores that are owned by actual people that live where they're at, or find something online that's made by an actual person that I can talk to. And I've found a lot of benefit from that. But there's a lot of barrier to entry for that. I mean, when I was in Georgia and Tennessee, there were whole areas where the only grocery store was Walmart. There was no other grocery.
Right.
There weren't any other options for them to choose.
Well, the little towns over where I come from, over Franklinton and Bogalusa, Louisiana, we used to have Winn-Dixie in Bogalusa. We used to have all kinds of stores. Walmart come in, built a big old super 24-hour Walmart.
Winn-Dixie's gone?
Huh?
Winn-Dixie is gone?
Yeah, Winn-Dixie, they closed.
That was it. Wow.
Well, I mean, they still got Winn-Dixie stores, but it's not in Bogalusa no more.
Yeah, but that was such a large chain that I would have thought they could have
big business
survived
puts
it.
a little business out of the way. You got competition right there. When you customers start going to the competition, and even if he's a penny or two cheaper, they'll be there next time because Walmart's got it all in there: clothes, groceries.
And they're cheaper because they do it in such volume, and because they don't have good practices for their employees. Like, I was just recently reading an article about people getting fired for going to the ER. Like, you know, I won't shop there anymore because of how they treat their employees. But that's why they're cheaper. But people don't consider that. You know, they're looking at their pocketbook, and they're fighting to survive because their own jobs have been endangered.